everybody. How are you? It is another Tuesday night. I'm Suzanne Runyon, and welcome to HSN Gets Crafty with yours truly. Want to shout out to the crafting cuties out there. You know I love you guys. So what's the show all about? Well, basically, I love this show because it's an intimate look, and we slow down at many of the projects and the crafts that we have at HSN. Now, what's really cool is what you're going to see in this show is a Technique Tuesday, and that's where I take a project and I'm going to teach it. Hopefully you're going to love it. It was a crazy experiment, and I'm literally going to try it live with you all now in this show. But what's neat about it is we take our time and really get to explore some kits. Most of the time, the kits are absolutely brand new. Today, I'm featuring some basics that you can get on hsn.com and the Cricut machine, which I use on a regular basis. So I hope you enjoy it. The only thing is I'm not actually here right now, but DeWitt, of course, my producer, who's so fabulous, he will be joining you live along with one of our favorite guests, Emily. So I'm going to take you through our little technique first and foremost, and then DeWitt's going to take over live with Emily. So it's a good hour to stick around and hang with us. He also will mention some of your comments because normally I do that as well, and he'll get to those maybe a little bit later when I throw to him and Miss Emily. So here's what we're doing. I'm going to show you my inspiration first and foremost. So I was going through Reels on Facebook, and I ran into this look, and I'm going to show you it right now. And I thought it was fabulous. It's basically for weddings, but here it is. Notice it's a full easel, and it kind of looks like an extended Polaroid, and then it's got those amazing flowers coming out of it. Like, I love this. And I said, wait a minute, I've got to recreate it. And in honor of Mother's Day, which I guess we're now past, or for anything, it could be whoever you love. If you're going to make them a card or whatever, I'm going to try and make this. Now, we'll refer to it a couple times. Do it if you don't mind. But I looked at it. I said, I think I can do this. Now, being the nutball I am, I decided, because it's been a crazy day, I give myself literally basically an hour to figure this whole darn thing out. So we're going to go into this together. I hope you're really inspired by it. I'm praying it's going to work out okay, so hang with me. But also, just so you'll know, I'm going to go through how you set that up and how I envisioned it and did the measurements on it. But here's what I'm going to do, and DeWitt, hopefully you'll remind me as well. I am going to post the actual dimensions of this on our HSN Gets Crafty with Suzanne Facebook page, because you're not going to have time, or you come back and watch this again, to really, I won't be able to give you all the exact dimensions exactly, but I will promise I'll post a PDF or a picture showing you all the inches and exactly how I did it. All right, so let's start. But the things I'm going to be using, this is Anna Griffin, and it is her scoring system. It's a scoring plate or board or what have you. And it's awesome. I love it very, very much. It's super clever. You can do envelopes with it. You can do boxes. There's a whole scoring thing back in here. I'm not going to get into that right now, but I'm going to be using this extensively. Also, I'm going to be using this is my good old-fashioned Fiskars cutting tool. I love it so much. I've used it for 100 years. It's as old as I am, I swear. And I'm using basic cardstock. So this is just going to be classic black cardstock and classic white cardstock. All right, so what I did was I was trying to figure out, again, how do I take that picture? Now remember, that's full size on an easel, probably about 5 feet tall. I mean, it's huge. And I said, how am I going to translate it? So what I did is I started playing. And I would recommend when you do this project to kind of play with a really bad, I was going to say something else, a bad piece of scrap card, or not even cardstock, this is just 12 by 12 paper. Just grab a piece of paper, 12 by 12, and play with it first to kind of get the feel of it, because I think I don't want you to waste your paper. So here's what I discovered. On my 12 by 12, I'm going to use this green pencil to help us out. I figured out my dimensions on this, and basically the whole project, when you're cutting it out, comes out about to 11.5 inches wide over here, and down here it comes out to about 8.5 inches. Again, this is kind of approximate, guys. Play with it. You might want to make it bigger, smaller, what have you, but I'm just giving you a rough idea. You see an X, it means score. When you see a line, it means cut. All right, so there's one line over here, that's my cut, and I did one line down here, that's my cut. And then I'm going to follow my little template, and again, I'm going to score. So I'm scoring here at 1.5 inches, right here, okay? I'm going to score again at right about 6 inches, again, a little bit approximating 7 inches, so it's a 1 inch spread between those two. And then there's a cut line at 11. So sorry, I got an X here, means score, score. Now on the side, I'm going to slide my template over, And here I am going to score to start with, and you'll see me cut later on. And then I'm going to score here as well. And again, this is about 1 inch and 1 inch from the top to bottom. You'll notice too, I have a little mark here, so I'll get to that in just a second because we will need another little lip. And then I'm going to add one more score mark. And again, I'll send all this to you. You'll be okay. Don't worry. All right, so hopefully if I've done that right, and watch me, you're going to see me use this template because, again, I figured this out in like 5 seconds. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here on my first score mark, and you're going to need this little lip, and I'm going to score all the way down to my cut mark here. And then this is another score mark, so I'm scoring right here, and I'm going to go all the way down. I'm going to go over here. This is the other score mark right about there. And again, I would normally just do this with a regular pencil and erase it eventually, but you know, it'll work for what we're doing. And then I'm just going to go ahead. I know that's a cut mark, but I'm just going to score here. Now going in the opposite direction, I've got to turn the page, of course. And now I'm going to score right about here. And I'm going to score right about here, okay? I am going to do my cut line. So my cut line is here. And here is my cut line for down below. All right, so there we go. So that's the basis of the project. It's actually relatively simple. Now the other thing is you're going to make this opening, because remember the picture, what it looks like is we've got to make the opening, and so I'm going to cut that using my cutter as well. And then I'm going to go down and go to here. And then of course there's one more cut. Now we've done that. Now we are going to cut some edges here too, because we need to, you know, be able to fold this thing up when we're using it. So again, what you can see right here, I'm going to cut down here in the bottom here and here. I'm going to cut here and here. I'm going to flip it over. And again, I'm just following my model that I made, you know, 45 minutes ago. I'm going to cut here and here and here and here. All right, so that's actually the essence of it. So again, there's where we start. Now what's going to happen is I'm just going to go to all those score marks that I made, and I'm going to fold everything in, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed and hope I measured it right. And again, like I said, you know, I'll post everything, hopefully. So you'll know exactly what I'm doing here. So on my Cricut, this is where I brought my Cricut in, I wrote, "Love you, Mom," and did it on my Cricut. So again, I'm mimicking what they did on that fancy box. So now again, I'm leaving this open on purpose because I'm going to fill it here in just a second. But what happens is I could do just regular old cutouts. So these are die cuts that I got from another project that we're going to be presenting in a few weeks. And these are actually LDRS Creative. And I could do this, and look how fun this will be. But I'm not going to stick them down permanently, but you get the idea. I could build this using a whole bunch of paper florals. What I did though, is, let's go back to the main picture. I brought in real flowers. So I thought, well, this would be cool. You could definitely use plastic fake flowers, silk flowers. You could cut out a whole bunch of, you know, we sell a gazillion stamp and die cuts and make your own paper flowers. But I'm going to use a real flower. What I really loved about this project, you only needed little teeny pieces of this big old arrangement. So I got a really like a $10 arrangement, and I can enjoy the rest of the flowers. But then, or I could make multiples of these. So if you want to do it for something to put on, you know, a table for a baby shower, that would be super cool and really fun. You could do that for sure. Let me get some purple in here. It's not messy at all. It's actually really easy, but the fact that I only got one run at this and didn't actually finish building it completely at home, I'm pretty happy with my results. But I think that's so cool because now it's dimensional. The only other thing I would add in the back is I probably would make a little easel back, like just with a piece of cardstock. So that's it for me for this part of our get together. But now I'm going to throw it to DeWitt, of course, my fabulous producer who we love so much. He's joining you live with a special surprise guest and Miss Emily, and they're going to take you through an awesome kit. I hope you guys enjoy it. So DeWitt, you know I love you, DeWitt, and everybody else does as well. So here he is, our fabulous producer. DeWitt's taking over.
Well, hey there, crafting cuties. No, Suzanne was not live at the moment. That was a little pre-recorded because she couldn't be here this evening. Instead, I'm trying to live in but not fill her shoes. It's not possible. I recognize that. So welcome to our lovely stream. I'm so excited you guys are here. I'm going to jump in and say hello to a couple people real quick. We're going to keep it just like a normal show without Suzanne, but we can do our best. So let me say hi to a couple people. Oh, Myrna's in. A lot of my favorites. I mean, you're all my favorites, but a lot of our regulars. I see Joy. I see Stefan. I see Carletta. A lot of great people jumping in. Any great comments? Let me know if you're a first timer. Absolutely. Let me back it up. What we do every week, every Tuesday night, is we do this crafting stream, which is a little different than what we do on air. Here we get to really do a deep dive, look at the products, play with them, do demos, do techniques, really explore, and just take our time with it. There are no time limits. There's nothing else. And tonight in particular is a very special show. We have Emily Siegner from HSN Crafts, who we love here. We have one of our favorite guests, but before that, we have a very special guest. I did let it leak on Facebook a little while ago. My mother will be joining us shortly, so that's fantastic. Let me get into shout outs and then we'll do just a little bit of business and then we'll jump to it. Patty from Dubuque. I can say Dubuque. Suzanne gets it wrong every week. I'm proud of that one. That'll be my one moment there. Hi, Beth, Janet, Marla, Gayla, Marianne, Laura Lee. We've got Lori from Robert Lee, Texas. Kathy from Alonzo from Northern Indiana. I'm sure it's lovely there. It's already quite hot here. Margaret Barnett, first timer, welcome. And Agnes Margaret says hi. Kim likes my jacket. So normally during the show I have to show what I'm wearing. This wasn't a problem this time. I'm already here. Everyone's digging the suit. I appreciate that. I'm going to tell the suit story because I never got to tell it before because that's the first time on air. And then we're going to jump right into things. I went to the Masters years and years ago. And I know it was about 16 years ago because it was the year Rodney Dangerfield passed away. And I saw him there. And the people I were with just told me not to bother him. He had these great pants on. I needed to know. So he walked by at one point, and I did. I shook his hand, said, Mr. Dangerfield, I'd really like to know where you got those pants. He told me about this company called Loudmouth Golf. And then I said, much respect. And this was within months of him dying. And I love this. It'll live with me forever. He goes, I finally got some. It was great. Great moment. And then he started all this. So we can blame Rodney Dangerfield for this attire. I'm gonna get back to some shout outs in just a minute, but real quick, I wanna go ahead and jump in and get going because we just have a lot to do tonight, guys. So like I said, we have a couple kits. We have my mother joining us, and we're gonna go over an Anna Griffin kit. Then we have Emily joining us with a couple kits from Katie Sue. But first, as we do every week, well, first let's deal with business. Right now it's National Scrapbooking Month. So there's deals in scrapbooking all month long. All you have to do is search scrapbooking on our website, check it out. I know we've got things from Anna Griffin, I know we've got things from Crafters. There's a lot of great scrapbooking deals to be had. Okay, we're gonna jump into the Facebook group. Every week, Suzanne, and even though she wasn't with us this week, she did pick out a couple to show. So every week she picks out a few things from the Facebook group. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, please check it out. We're at 27,000 plus members now, and it's just a fantastic community. I mean, it's not exaggerating to say you all are what makes this possible. So jump in, comment, post your work. It might get featured on the stream. All right, let's jump to that. The first one I have is from Marilyn Sliva. And she went out to dinner and came home to this, fastest craft day delivery in ages. Guess what I'm doing tomorrow? We love to see people happy after a craft day with just bukus and bukus of loot. Good for you, Marilyn. Next one is Desiree McAndrews Grope. This is a recent creation for a friend. Diamond Press Get Well Soon stamp and die set. The crutches are toothpicks. Now, I know that's why Suzanne called that one out. She is a big believer in use what you have. She loves that store where everything's about $1, and she likes to pick up all sorts of things. I think that it's just an inspired use of matches or toothpicks for those crutches. Great job, Desiree. And this next one, this blew me away. Ann Burgess made a little 5x5, 5.5 by 8.5 notebook made with a thermal cinch. I believe that's from We Are Memory Keepers. It has approximately 100 pages. This is just so cute, and the detail is astounding. So if we can go to the next one. Look at that. I mean, the front, the back, that Alice in Wonderland theme. I mean, it is just fantastic. So that's our features from the Facebook group this week. Outstanding work, guys, as always. We love it. So we're going to go ahead and get to the business at hand. We're going to jump into this first kit, and then I'll be honest, I want to get there fast. We're going to bring my mom on right after this. So Deke, let's jump to my overhead. All right, so our first item is the Anna Griffin Simply Gratitude card making kit. So what I did is I actually made a Mother's Day card using this kit, sent it to my mom. Now, admittedly, it was a little late, but it was so we could do it on this show. So she's going to show that, and then a little later in the stream, I'm going to make that same card for you, just to show you how easy it really is. You get 12 shaped card layers. That's these here. 2 of each design, and then 12 card layers, which are just the layers without the shape. We'll dig in that in a little bit here. You get 3D embellishment stickers, which are these guys. You get flat foil die cut embellishments. There's just so much in this kit. The kit is $39.95, our 3 flex of $13.32. I mean, there's nothing you can't do with this kit. And when I say it is simple, we're gonna be with my mom in just a second, and when we do, she'll show you she even made a card for us, and she's not really a crafter. So, with no more to do, let's bring on my mom. All right, I think we're just working on your audio real quick, Mom. Oh, not a problem at all. I got Deke helping me out, and it's his first time helping me out on these, and I really appreciate it. Can you hear me, Mom? I can now. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining me. And, you know, this is a thing we do every week. You know about it, and it's my first time on this side of the camera, so I thought it'd be really special. And this is my mom's dog, Happy. And when Happy's happy...
This is your sister, Happy.
That is true. That is my sister, Happy. So, real quick, I just wanted to get to know you a little bit, let the people on the stream get to know you. So first off, real quick, just introduce yourself.
I'm Jewel.
And where do you live?
Here in Columbia, South Carolina.
That's right, where I was born and raised. We love South Carolina, just a beautiful state. A little less hot than it is here, which I can appreciate. So this is a weird question, but I want to ask it because you'll giggle at it. So you raised 3 boys, you know, myself, my older brother, my younger brother, and we all turned out exactly the same, right?
No.
Well, I think our viewers would be interested.
All different.
That's exactly right. What was I like as a child?
You were, well, when you were 11 months old, you told me you didn't want to wear diapers anymore.
That's fantastic.
And at 18 months, you were playing the violin.
That's true. We still have that violin.
That's right. And when you were 4, can you see
Other
that?
way. And then up.
It's up.
There we go. Oh, that is me from The Wizard of Oz. That's right.
You were a munchkin.
I was the head munchkin.
And, that's right. So you started your acting career when you were 4, and you were always on. You were always telling jokes when guests came in. So I'm not surprised to see you here tonight, entertaining on YouTube.
Well, here's an interesting one too. One of the last items we're going to deal with tonight, so it'll be after you've gone, is a kit that's based around gnomes. Now, you know I'm excited about that. Why am I excited about gnomes?
Because you have so many of them. You've been collecting forever.
I did for my entire youth growing up. You know, a lot of people, I was in plays, and instead of getting the bouquet of flowers that most people got, I got a Tom Clark gnome. And they're these cute little gnome sculptures,
right.
and I'm obsessed. I absolutely love them. Okay, well, let's talk about the business at hand. Could you show the card I made for you?
Yeah, I'm going to show you mine that I made as well.
Oh, that is fantastic. This is the card I made using this Anna Griffin Gratitude Kit. And we'll go over what it says. Absolutely, that looks fantastic.
And then it's got your signature on the back.
You know, I struggle with handwriting. They didn't let me use a pen for a long time in elementary school for that reason. All right, fantastic.
You want
yes,
to see
please.
What I made?
Oh, that looks so good.
There was so much to choose from. It's a lot of fun.
There
and a lot of
is.
choices.
Deke, let's jump to my overhead real quick. So I'm just going to show you all real quick just how easy this really is. I mean, it's not a joke that it is simple as 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to try to very swiftly recreate the same card that I made for my mother for Mother's Day. So very easy. These kits give you lots of options. You don't have to be an expert level crafter. It is as easy as like stick and go. I'm missing a butterfly. There's my butterfly. Boom. I'm actually just going to adhese him, even though I have dots on here. I don't want to take the time. I did use some little foam core dots, but I'm cheating and I'm putting some adhesive on the dots instead of peeling them. So there's the front of my card. Quick and simple. For the inside, let's see if I still have this. Well, I may have lost one of my pieces. I won't attach it then, but I have this poem, and I really like this poem, and it is, "And may you happy live and long us bless, receiving as you give great happiness," which, if I'm being honest, that's my mother to a T. She's given us more, and I hope she gets to keep receiving as much happiness as she can. But guys, this is one of the simplest things in the world. Anna Griffith really does make it easy for you in these kits. Now, the thing about this kit is, this is the gratitude kit we're featuring right now. There is multitudes of kits on the website. Deke, if you want to cycle through those graphics, including, if you want the library, if you want it all, if you're an Anna Griffinite and you really want everything to do with it, there's a big library kit, which is $159.95, and you get birthday card making kit, encouragement, gratitude, and simply friendship. But there's so many more. We have tons of them on the website. Please go to the website, check it out. This one that we're working with now, the gratitude, 822503. It's $39.95, 3 flex of $13.32. Simple as it can be. I mean, honestly, these, I'm going to keep 2 or 3 of these on hand just for any time of the year I feel like I need another kit. I need just a little card for something. All right, you see how quick that goes together. Guys, I'm a baby crafter. I'm just getting started, but this is one of the easiest kits I've ever worked with, and just stunning results. But I'll also point out one of my favorite things. This embellishment and this sentiment are actually from 2 different Anna Griffin kits, not this kit. But that's the great thing about Anna Griffin. All of her stuff goes so well together. You can pick and choose. I think this is actually, we don't sell this anymore, but this is from her scrapbooking kit, the mini album. Fantastic. Everything's gold, pinks. They all coordinate. I really recommend picking up this kit. So that's our gratitude kit, and I just want to say how grateful I am for my mother and for her being here tonight and joining me. Is there anything you'd like to tell our viewers before we jump on to the next thing?
Well, just happy to be here. And y'all, it looks like a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and there's a lot of, I can't leave it without that. So a couple shout outs to my mom. So Forbes Patterson says my mom is very pretty. Thanks, Dad. Everyone thinks this is fantastic. They're very happy to see you. They thought you did a great card, Mom. And they said my card was good too.
I'm just beginning.
That's it.
I'm just getting started.
Now, wasn't Mumsy a crafter? This would be my grandmother.
She was very much so. She'd have loved to be doing this with you.
So, a friend of mine personally, but also, a friend of ours out in the ether, Amelia says, my sister looks just like me. Happy and I have the same hair, I guess. That's fine. Right. Everyone's just sending out, everyone's sending out lots of love. Everyone just thinks this is fantastic you joined us. I think it's fantastic you joined us. So I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. Absolutely.
Thank you for having me. I'm enjoying it.
I'm glad. Well, hang on and watch the rest of what we have. But right now, I love you very much, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
That really was fantastic, guys. That blew me away. I don't really know what to say. I really love having my mother on. I'm glad she enjoyed that card, and she even crafted with it. So let's bring up that Anna Griffin graphic one more time real quick and jump back to my overhead. So absolutely, she wasn't kidding. I mean, this card went together in seconds. I have a couple more pieces I still need to attach. I'm going to throw another butterfly on, and I had a couple of embellishments here. Easy as it can be. I'm mixing and matching from Anna Griffin kits. I see a lot of people on here already saying they have it. It's a great kit. All these kits are great. And really, my recommendation is go on the website, check out all the kits we have. There's birthday. There's a lot. Birthday, encouragement, gratitude, friendship. And I think there's even a couple more that I'm missing. They all work well together, and just genuinely moving forward. I said this a little while ago, and I stand by it. At this point in time, I'm not buying a card ever again. Why would I do that? For simple pricing, what is this? $39.95. I've got at least 12 cards, but if I mix and match with my other pieces, I mean, it's huge. It's literally limitless. You can do whatever you can do with your imagination. It's fantastic. Grab the Santa Griffin kit, but that's not all we have tonight. This was just a little preview. I wanted to get this in here. I wanted to do for Mom, but now we're going to bring back one of my favorite guests, our favorite guest here, Emily Siegner from Ecstasy Crafts. We're actually a little early on her, so hopefully she's standing by. She's got a couple kits from Katie Sue, and we're going to show those off, but we're just working on getting her in the stream. I appreciate Deke from my team is helping me out tonight. It's his first time here, and I think we've got Emily live, so let's bring her on in. Hey, Emily. Oh, give us just 1 second. We're still working on your audio. No, that was our end.
That was my bad.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Hi.
I'm excited to be back tonight. I probably sound a little bit different for those who watch me every time I'm on. I'm a little bit sick, so don't mind me if I go quiet sometimes.
We appreciate you joining us despite the illness. That's great of you. You're really a trooper, and you're going to push on through it. So let's go ahead and jump into this first kit.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to talk about the peelables first because this I actually applied on all of the cards that you guys are going to be seeing coming up. So if we want to flip to my downward camera, I can show you the peelables. There we go. All right. So we have two different kinds of peelables. We have a birthday selection, which I'll open up first. These are amazing. They are 72 verses included. You get 20, or not 20, sorry. There are tons of different styles of verses on here, all birthday themed. You got some large ones, you've got some small ones, and these are kind of similar to what you just said with the Anne Griffin, but I always have a hard time starting this. I just got fake nails this past weekend, so this always makes it even harder. I find it helpful to peel off this outer layer first and then peel off your sayings. It's just easier. So I will show you how easy these peel. And they are translucent, so they will go onto any of your surfaces, which I'll show you. And they are the perfect size. So I've got one on the back of my card here. You can see I actually have one that'll show the transparency better. I've got it on a colored background. So on the colored background, you can see it's got that transparent. You can write on it. So many options. And I always struggle with knowing what to put on the inside of my cards, what to say. And this is a lot handier because then I could just write to and from and not have to put all of that guesswork in. Like, is this, I don't know where to start with writing on the inside of my cards. That's my biggest struggle with card making. Not the card making process, but what to write inside.
Oh, goodness, I know.
And then we've got the year of peelables. Now, this is also amazing because you've got everything in here that you would need for basically any of the occasions. I'm going to open them up and flip through them. This one I have used quite a bit, so you will notice some things missing. But we've got birthday. We have at least 2 pages of birthday, 3, because I feel like that's the most common kind of holiday there is. We've got Happy New Year with some Christmas. Then we've got some more Christmas, another, and holiday season, not just Christmas. We've got some season's greetings. Then we've got some with sympathy, and we've got some hope. And this was also, I think, get well soon was also on here, but I used that. You'll see those on my card samples. And then we've got some other ones that say it's a handmade card. We've got some Christmas, some just because. Then we have a newborn baby. So if anyone's got some newborns or even someone's got a newborn animal, I know there's a lot of pet parents out there too.
Absolutely.
And then we've got new beginnings. Yes. I'm pretty sure Suzanne was talking about that last time we were on for Mother's Day. She said, I know a lot of mothers, but they're fur moms.
That's right.
And then there is also a new house, new beginnings. Got Mother's and Father's Day. Perfect for Father's Day coming up. We've got Easter, Valentine's Day, and these were just more generic ones. Obviously, I really liked this page. We had friendship and just to say hello kind of sentiments. And these will go on, obviously, your cards and your scrapbook pages, but they can go on glass and candles and most surfaces as well.
What are the individual dimensions on the peelables?
On the peelables, let me grab a ruler. And it honestly probably says on the front, but anyway, it's about just shy of 4 inches by, would be square, so just shy of 4 inches. So about 3 1/4 by 3 3/4, sorry.
And like you
Say
said,
that again, because
yeah, no worries.
sorry, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4.
There you go. And these just really are a great way to finish off any card. I mean, like you said, sometimes that sentiment is the hardest part, and just peel, stick, and you're done. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Oh, look, there we go. And the translucence is great. I was really questioning how well it would show through, and it just looks fantastic. It looks like it was printed on.
Yeah, and it's like a matte. It's not too shiny, so it really doesn't pop out too much. You notice the sayings. You don't notice the background, which is nice. It blends right in. And this is actually a sneak peek to our first kit.
Oh,
right.
are we ready to jump over that?
Now?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's jump over, yes. And I'm just gonna throw a couple comments at you real quick. Everyone loves these. They think these are great sentiments, that this really is a easy to do, like simple way to just jump in, throw a final sentiment, finish off that card. Okay, so this is our first kit, which is the 3D pop-out cards.
Yes, so there are 2 different styles of cards in here. I'm just starting to show you the picket fence, and then we'll get to the watering cans, which also comes in here. So we've got 2 different card kits. Each will make 8 cards, but these are together in one bundle, so you're actually getting to make 16 cards. And you probably will have leftover pieces. So, you can always get more than the 16 that it says, which is nice. And on the back of the packaging, you will be getting photo and written instructions with numbers to guide you along. And I always find this extremely helpful in the card kits where I don't know where to begin or not sure what goes first.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so in the picket fence kit, I just have pulled out 1 of each, but you will be getting 2 of everything I'm about to show. So you'll be getting 4 different types of scenes, but 2 of each. So 2 of this lovely watercolor spring summer background. Then we've got this adorable like cottage house. We've got this like garden shed with some beautiful flowers, as well as this beautiful walkway, which I'm obsessed with because of the pink in here. It's my favorite color. Then you will also be getting 2 sheets with 4 different designs of flowers, and these will all layer on top of each other. You get 4 different styles of birds and 4 different sayings, as well as your card bases. I should have mentioned that these are pre-cut. They'll just pop out. There's no fussy cutting needed. Again,
No die
don't need the
needed.
dies. It's exactly everything you need is in this kit. It comes with the foam pads as well to pop up your layers. So inside you get your kind of a whitewash background. You get this nice light wood brown. Then you get this lovely gray.
And Emily,
as
real
well
quick,
as the
everyone's just calling out how great the instructions are in these kits, and I can't argue. They are fantastic because I get a little overwhelmed with all these pieces, and just 1, 2, 3, go. I mean, it is simple as it can be. Follow the instructions and you're there.
The instructions are amazing. There are also videos online to help as well. So if you do get unsure, or maybe you just prefer to watch videos online, Katie Sue has some amazing tutorials too, if anyone is unsure. And again, 2 of everything I just showed. And then there is the watering can kit, which I'll pull in. I'll show my card samples, a couple first, just to give you an idea of what you can make from here. 2 little ones done, and then I'll show you what comes in this kit.
Those flowers pull out on
it
top.
stands up.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, they will
then,
pull
yes,
out on top as well.
That is such a cool card.
You can either leave it to pull out, or you can also glue it on the inside. It's totally up to you. So again, photo instructions, written instructions, and there are videos online as well to watch the tutorial of. Then there are also 3 of these sheets inside of the watering cans with 3 different designs. That actually gives you an extra sheet. So again, you can make some more cards out of that. And then you're going to get 4 different colors of watering cans. And the nice thing about this is they give you options for your edgers as well as your sentiments. And again, pre-die cut, so easy to use. No extra tools needed. And this is stuck together. There we go. And last but not least, the yellow. All right. Well, maybe we should make one and we can show them how easy it is.
Fantastic.
So again, they just pop out. So I've already popped out my first layer. They do come with envelopes as well. I forgot to mention that, both kits. So it's one bundle together, but both of them will have envelopes that coordinate to fit their size. Again, just pop out, so easy. And then what I'm going to do, it's got a piece of tape stuck on me. Don't know how that got there. Then I'm going to fold that over and take a little burnishing tool and just get that score edge nice and tight. Then I'm going to pick from one of my lovely backgrounds. I think I'm going to do the pink one because that's my favorite. And you can either glue or tape it in. It's totally up to you. I just have this tape gun, or tape runner, which makes it a lot easier. So we'll use that.
We go through so much of that here in this crafting studio. Those tape runners are just so easy.
Oh, I know. They just make it go by way quicker. And you don't have to peel the tape either. Sometimes with nails, that can be a bit of a challenge.
That's fair. I don't know that challenge, but yes.
Yes, with fake nails, it is a struggle, trust me. All right, so I've got my card base done. I have popped out all the layers of the one flower, and I actually have separated. So you can either do a full look where you layer them apart from each other like this, or you can do a bit more of a simpler look like this, where it's less full and you've got it just in the middle here. There's also more ways to go with this, so I'll show you another way. Is I did on the inside. So this is the front, and then I actually put mine on the inside here. And then I did do a different fold for this. Actually has less flowers on here. So there's so many different ways of working with it. I think I'm just going to do my 2 flowers a little bit scattered out, like so.
And you know, someone called out about the peelables. It's a great thing that Debbie said there's no waiting for ink to dry or smudge. And you know, that's one of the worst parts. I did that with that card I made my mom. I wrote a really nice sentiment and then raked my hand over it and smudged the whole thing and had to start over. It just about killed me.
Oh, yes, I believe it because I have made that mistake too. And there's nothing worse than having this beautiful card and then all the smudged writing on the inside, especially when you spent so much time on it. All right, so I've got my first layer, and I think I might actually tuck this behind, and I don't need all of this. So I'm going to cut this.
And just while you're going through that, I'm going to go through the kit. We've got 8 picket fence shaped cards or watering cans, 8 envelopes, 2 sheets of your cut-free pop-outs, instructions, and then envelopes. But also, it comes with your dimensional foam, which I love because everything you need is in this kit except for some adhesive. That's it. That's all you need. Some tape, some glue, and you're ready to go.
Exactly. It comes ready to go, ready to get started. And then with that piece that I just cut off, I can actually tuck it back in and reuse it because I don't want to waste anything. So I'm just going to piece that in like so. And then voila, I have the front of my card. Now I'm going to add my sentiment and bird. I'm probably going to do this yellow bird. I feel like it matches nicely. And we'll do the especially for you. And then, oh, I totally forgot to do, I am scatterbrained today because of me being sick. disregard. I forgot to add this layer, but you know what I could do is stick it behind diagonally like so.
Oh,
So
that
I'm
looks
going to do
good.
that.
Yeah.
And it looks more like the door of a fence opening up, in my opinion.
Suzanne has taught me
With
there are
that
no
diagonal?
mistakes.
Exactly. Only happy mistakes.
That's it.
All right. Well, I saved myself there. Perfect. And now I'm going to 3D foam pad my sentiment and my bird just because I want it to pop from the fence a little bit. And these actually remind me of like those little signs that say welcome that would be on the front of like fences. So these are super cute. I'm going to put that to the
Oh, that
left.
is really cute.
And then the bird, I normally like to do right hidden behind either if it was a panel here or just behind the sentiment. So I'm just going to add foam pad layer there and hide it right there. So that is so easy, so quick, but so beautiful at the same time. Now all I'm going to do is add a peelable into the middle. I have this friendship one that I think I might do, especially for you, make it especially for my friend. And then just going to place it right where I want it. And voila. All I need to say is to and from. And that one is done. So now I can show you the watering can. It's just as easy and beautiful.
Brilliant. And both these kits are
And
$34.95 with 3 flex of $11.65 right now. So absolutely pick those up. It's a great deal for some very cool cards. Now, will these mail, do you know? Because we always get that question.
Yes, they will. Maybe extra postage depending on how 3D yours gets. But
Sure,
yes,
sure.
they will mail. All right, now my watering can. I'm going to do the yellow one. There are 4 different colors as I showed. And then my sentiments on the back with the peelables. So I'll show all of these first. And they honestly fit perfectly. Like this is probably the largest that the words actually get on the sheets themselves. And it's like literally looks like it's meant for this card.
That one looks printed. I mean, honestly, on these peelables, on some of these cards with the way the shading is, I mean, you can't tell it's a sticker at all.
Oh, I know. I'm looking at it right now in front of my face and I can't notice that it's not printed either. All right, so I'm going to get started with my watering can. So I'm going to do all of the score lines that is already pre-scored and then just make it extra tight. And then I'll do that at the top. And then I could, if I wanted to glue my piece down, I would recommend gluing it before you actually close your watering can. But I'm going to leave mine open. And I'm going to take some tape and just tape the bottom. It's closed.
So I didn't get through a full watering can project, but I started one, and my immediate thought was the flowers make a great decorative bookmark.
Oh, that's a great idea. You always have these great ideas, DeWitt, like those lights and that last project we did.
Those look so good when you posted that. They really did.
Thanks. And then I've got my tulips. I didn't add all my layers to my tulips because I didn't want this one too 3D, whereas you can see the different layers this one has. There's a lot of pop to them, whereas this one I just did 1 layer. So this would definitely be a lot mailer friendly. I just made that word up.
It's a good word.
Thanks. All right, so now all I'm going to do is glue this down. Obviously, glue or tape. I'm just going to glue because it gives me a bit more wiggle room on this. And tape it, or glue it. Make sure it's secure.
People are really all over these peelables. They're ordering them left and right, which I'm glad. I mean, that is just so easy. What a great idea.
Oh, I love them. I will be going through them like crazy. I mean, I already have with the ones that I was using for these samples, but they are just so easy and so gorgeous. And I love how they've got different fonts on them as well. It's not just like some is cursive, but you also get the actual print. And then you got some that even look a little bit handwritten, which is cool too.
Yep.
All right, I'm actually going to add a different layer on than what I just popped out, just because I changed my mind. But I do all the time when I craft. And you could 3D these up, but for sake of time, I'm just going to glue it. And I think the glue would also look really nice.
So I'm going to tell you, you're doing something right now that's a little dangerous to me. Because I'm still new enough. I don't have what I'm going to call glue confidence yet. When I feel like glue is so, there's no take backs. It's wet. It causes problems. So I'm still working with tape and tape alone, but I'll get there.
That's how I feel about tape. Just because glue gives me that wiggle room to maneuver it around, but once I use tape, I'm like, it's stuck down and I can't move it. So that's why I normally, for those types of things, I use glue, but tape is, it is very good too. All right, and I'll pop in my sentiment. And I'll use foam pads for this.
I love it too. It's very different. I mean, the card is what there's no opening it to find anything else unless you have those flowers pull out, and it's what it is. You pop that open, you stand it up, and that's what we all do too. We even sell a great little die kit from Anna Griffin for an easel, but that one doesn't need an easel. It's its own easel. Fantastic.
Exactly. And same with the picket fence. These will also stand up on their own as well. Because it's got that gate holding it up. I mean, it's not a very good angle from above, but it will stand up. All right, so that is the watering cans. And then I'll add another peelable to this. I am gonna have to trim the edges off of this one, but that is no worry, as long as I can get it off. There we go.
And we've got the question, Brenda from Facebook wants to know, what kind of glue are you using?
Oh, I was just using an Art by Marlene glue because it had a fine nozzle. I don't know if this is, I don't think it's on the website, but maybe we can work on getting it on the website. I use it probably every Facebook Live, so I feel like it definitely needs to go on Facebook at this point.
I mean, absolutely. And we had a question too. So right now you can see we're cycling through the peelables and the other graphics. The card making kit is 878835. And Deke, would you mind checking that on me? They're wondering if the water can is a separate item number.
No, it's together with the watering cans with the fence. No, they're together. So like it's a kit together.
Oh, my apologies. Jack, I'm even looking at it on my card. Yeah. So what you get in the entire kit for $34.95, which I'll be honest, I already thought was a good value. You get 8 picket fences and 8 watering can cards. So I mean, genuinely, 3 flecks of $11.65. You're taking home at least 16 cards, and they're very neat.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Missed them on the edge.
Somebody's asking if you write on the back if the flowers pull the pull up card.
Yeah, you could write on the back if you wanted to write on the back of here. You could also, what I always had, I thought was a good idea, was to put, have you ever seen those things where people put money, they tape money together and then they pull it out of a cake and the money just starts to pull out?
Oh, that's really a great idea.
I thought that with money, tape the bottom down and the top in here, and then they pull the flowers out and there's money falling behind.
I mean,
it's like a
Monopoly
gift
money,
and a card in one.
That's how I roll. If you're getting money in a card from me, it's not real. Don't bank on it.
Well, our money in Canada looks like Monopoly money.
You know, I'll be honest. You know, I'm a person who respects some like colorfulness, and I like your money. It's got a lot more going on for it. It's the high fashion version of money.
Yeah, and it's nice because we can wash it.
We'll have to circle back to that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. All right. So again, you get to make 16 cards out of the kit. Get your watering cans, you get your picket fence, and then don't forget to grab your peelables as well to go inside and on the backs of your cards, and any card you have already at home or you make from a different kit. These are absolutely amazing. Did you want to move along to the gnomes? I know you're excited about that.
I am excited about that. We'll actually have Deke, jump back over to my overhead while you get set up with the gnomes, because I've got it right in front of me. We'll talk about that kit a little bit. I already made one card because I am very excited about the gnomes. Okay, here's our gnome kit. Let's get all this out here so you can see. I did. So for years and years and years, and I still have them, I would get a gnome for every play or school performance, and it's these little gnome sculptures, and they're fantastic, and I'm gnome obsessed. So let's go to my extreme close-up there, Deke. So this is the gnome I already made. I made this in about 4 minutes. I'm seeing problems already, so I'm gonna make another one here in just a second. But very cute, very dimensional. These are $19.95. We have 2 flex and $9.98. 4 different gnome designs. There's 2 of each design. It is just absolutely the coolest kit. And again, no die cutting, no fussy cutting. Everything here just pops right out. And if you follow these easy to follow instructions, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's all there is and you're done. This is a fantastic kit. Emily, if you're ready, we'll jump back over to you and I'm gonna do a little crafting here along with you.
I was in the middle of setting up, but I'm just might duplicate what you just said, but I'm gonna quickly say it again. There are the photo and written instructions on the back, as well as a video to watch and follow along from if you're a visual learner like me. And then it also comes with enough to make 12 cards. You've got your bases, you've got your 4 different designs here, and then they come with a ton of embellishments and sentiments. You will definitely have leftover. I have a stash of leftover items from this. And of course, your 3D foam pads and the envelopes, so they're ready to go. All right, I'm going to show my samples first, and then I might jump into crafting along in a second.
Fantastic.
So there are kind of different ways you can do this. So the way it's meant to be done is with these 3 layers here, and then these 2 will all stand up, or you can do it with just the 1 layer. It is totally up to you. And then it will stand up. Or you can do it with no layer. All I did for this one was just trace it on a piece of cardstock and cut it out and then just glued it to the back. And then I have a different style of card. Well, I mean, it's the same style, just in a different way. So you've got a lot of flexibility with ways you can work with this. You just minus a few steps. All right, so I'm going to get started. I'm going to do it the way it's meant to be done, just so I can kind of explain it to everyone. So I'm going to start by popping out my scene. I think I'm going to do this one here because it's got some pink and purple. And again, that's my favorite color. Pop that. And then I'm going to pop out these 2 pieces. You will notice these are different sizes. One is going to be for the front and one is going to be, for the gnome. And then the smaller one is going to be for your sentiment. So I'm going to pop out the gnome one first, just so I don't get these confused. And I'll do the sentiment after. So I've got that and I've got that. And then I'm going to, they are pre-scored again. So I'm just going to score these.
I really appreciated that because I will mangle something when I'm scoring it if I'm not using a scoring tool.
Exactly. It makes it easy. And then it also has little indicators of where you add your tape or your glue. I'm going to find my tape gun and use that. Right, take that down. And you're going to want to tape this layer kind of corner to corner. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Hopefully that should be enough tape on there. So I'll lift it up for you guys. So when I have it folded, I'm going to make sure that this is corner to corner. So you can see that the edges are just meeting there. So then once that's ready, I'm going to fold that down and do the same thing on the other side. So it's my first piece is going to be folded behind. And then I'm going to do corner to corner. and then it'll fold flat.
I have
So,
a question.
got my first
You,
layer
and this
there.
is for your crafting expertise. The only thing I have problem on with these kits at all, and really at all, is getting that placement exactly right. I think I did that one really well, but I was off on my other card a little bit to the point where it's bothering me to look at now, where I left that little white edge. Do you have any tips for that at all? It's simple. It may just be me. I'm dysfunctional, but.
Yes, so it definitely, once you finish your first one, you'll be able to figure it out. But for the placement of these, for the first one, like I just said, you're gonna wanna make sure you go corner to corner, so that way you know that you've got that.
Okay.
And then the next layer is going to be the gnome. So I'm gonna do that next, and then we will add on the next layer. But yeah, for this first layer, make sure you go corner, like all of your corners. I should show you again. We're touching
Yes,
like
please.
such.
Oh, I see. I see. That is a great tip.
Yeah. And then you'll be able to fold it flat. If you have it in anymore, and obviously you wouldn't want to put it out, otherwise you'll see it. But if you had it in anymore, you wouldn't be able to fold it flat to ship it in the mail.
I see.
So that's the tip for that layer is to go corner to corner. All right. Now I'm not going to 3D all of these. I might just do 3 layers just to save a bit of time. And I'm going to add some foam pads. I'm just going to use these Katie Sue ones that come in the kit. It's awesome because they come with different sizes. So you can use the larger one for the larger parts. And then for these small little flowers and butterflies and birds, these smaller sizes are perfect for those. And I do find it easiest to build on my gnome first before I add it to my card, because then it's a little bit awkward doing it on here when it's moving.
Oh, that's a great tip because I did not do that. You're right. It is a little bit.
Well, you would learn eventually that.
That's it.
Oh, yep, that would be a lot easier. All right, so now this is going to either be 3D foam padded or glued on to the front. I am going to add 3D foam pads because I find it honestly helps it stand up a little bit easier for some reason. I don't know why, but that's just what I found.
Oh, and I've got a couple people looking out for me here. Apparently I can poke. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Poke the paper as opposed to trying to peel it up from under on the edge of the foam pads. Thank you, Luli, for giving me that little advice. You guys are teaching me. That's what I mean. I'm here to learn. You're here to craft. I'm here to learn.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show how easy it is, though. If you're a beginner and you're still managing to put the card together without what you wouldn't think is any issue.
That's true. That's true.
All right, so now I'm just going to place this over top, and I'm just going to make sure that there's nothing showing. Once you kind of get the one corner perfect, the other corner will just line up easily. So I've got my first layer. Easy peasy. Now the next layer, I did pop it out. Oh, here it is.
Remember your tip
All
from a
right, so
minute
the next
ago?
one.
I'm struggling here. Oh, I got it, but much easier if you do anything on the gnome first.
Yes, but you know what? Honestly, you don't need the 3D layers either. So you could just leave it like that without the 3D elements. All right, now I'm going to tape my next one where the tape lines tell you to tape. And now this one, you are going to want to make sure is at a 90-degree angle once you put it down. So it looks like it's 90 degree. So I'm just going to place it down. Oh, you do want to make sure you've got it lined up at the bottom. I got to move mine down. I did not line that up. Just because it helps with the standing of it. All right, so that's at a 90-degree angle. So now that will fold flat. All right, now we're going to add the next piece. So they do give you some options. You've either got one where you can add 3 elements to the front like this, or you can add just the 2 elements to the front like this. But
And
this one,
I've got a
I'm
tip
going
for that
to do.
piece, which
What's
is
your
obvious
tip?
to everyone
Do it.
else. Put the sentiment on first before you attach the embellishments. I mean, it's brutally obvious, but That's why my first card's a little janky.
No,
It has some
that is a good
problems.
tip. Honestly, I would not have thought to say that, but that does make sense to say that. So I'm glad you did.
That's what I'm here for.
All right, then this one I'm actually just going to glue it down. Don't need 3D on here. And then again, if you line up, oops, and squeeze that tight enough. Bottom, it's coming apart. There we go. If you line up your edge here, so nothing's popping out, the other edge will line up too. So got no white peeping out. I'm just going to give that a good squeeze to make sure it's nice and secure. And then I'm going to add on my sentiment. It says happy day, so I think I'm going to do congratulations. But then on this page, it also gives you more options too. So you've got more the merrier of options. This I'm not going to 3D because I'm going to add 3D elements after. So that, and again, this will just line up exactly over top of that piece I just laid down. And now I'm going to use some foam pads. So I actually like to stick my foam pads right on the little circles here, and then I'll add my elements. I think I might add, I did one that was really cute on my last one, which I almost did again, but I remembered I already did it. But I added two birds facing each other. I thought that was really cute.
Oh, and they give you the opposite facing birds too, so that's fantastic.
Yeah. And I'm going to do, I think, 2 butterflies.
And Emily, the foam pads, the way you just did it, that's another one of those that seems so obvious at the time. But I was doing mine to the back of the embellishments, which isn't horrible, but the exact placement became a nightmare. I mean, this is
that makes sense.
This is a class today.
Well, I'm glad you were here to help with these tips that I would not have thought of. All right, so she stands up on her own, which is awesome now, or it folds flat and can go in the envelope, which I'll show you. Like that, and close it up. And then with the extra pieces, you can always add them on. So you can add it to the closure of the envelope, or you can add it to the front of the envelope. I did have, oh, there, I can add it to the front as well. So you don't want to waste any of those little pieces that are left over.
Not at all.
All
Indeed,
right.
if we could just jump to my close-up real quick. 1 second, I just want to show, I'm very proud. So I want to show
right ahead.
This was the first one I did, which it has some problems, it's not 100%, but this one in 2-3 minutes. I mean, fantastic. And I only just realized this bit here, I was trying to figure out where this went, and it's just another repeat of the design on the card, so you can get that dimensionality, which is fantastic. This is just a cool kit.
Well, you did amazing.
Thank you.
Especially for being a beginner. You did very well. You should be proud of yourself. Do it. You might be taking over Suzanne's job here. All right, I'm going to add the peelables on here now. So I'm actually going to pick the baby one because I feel like this goes perfectly with the new baby. It says, happy day, congratulations. And then this says, you've been blessed with a beautiful baby to fill your world with laughter and fun. So I just feel like this is fitting. So peel that. And then stick this down.
I was just about to ask, where on earth were you going to put a peelable? On the back of the card. That's a great spot for an additional sentiment.
You could actually put it behind, but it would be hard to see. That's the only thing. And then with the excess, again, you just trim around. And I normally take it off the end after I'm done with it because it can become difficult to cut when it's stuck on. I've learned that the last time I was doing this.
And are the peelables vellum?
No, not vellum. I don't think. I mean, they kind of look like vellum, but they're, I'd say, more transparent than the vellum is. Vellum's kind of got more of a white look or of a faded. So if I had it over this, it would fade the background more than it does. I'll show you again on here, like it would fade it more, the color behind.
Okay, fantastic. We had a couple questions about that, so I want to make sure.
All right, and then we've got things. And again, I'll just flip through some of the card samples to show you how you can do it in different ways. So again, we've got the 3-layered, how it's meant to be done. Another one. You've got all of these adorable gnomes and the sayings to go with them. Or you can do just the individual layer. Or not, yeah, just one layer.
Just one layer. There's like 12 layers of depth on that gnome.
On the gnome, yes. Not on the front though. But yes, the gnome has a lot of layers. And then again, if you didn't want to do all of the added, you could create your own little card base by just tracing it and then cutting it. And then this would stand too.
That is a fantastic different take on that. I like that a lot.
All right, so those are the garden gnomes.
Okay, we're getting close on our time here. Do we want to just go back real quick and run through everything one more time for us, everything we've looked at here?
Sure.
We're going to show finals,
All right,
yeah.
so this is, again, the garden gnomes. You get to make 12 cards, and there are 4 different designs of gnomes and the backgrounds that they go on. Very versatile in the way that you can build them up. Then we have got our card making kit, which was our picket fence and our watering can. So each will make 8 cards. So that'll make 16 total. And again, you'll have some leftover pieces, especially from the watering can. So you could obviously make more than just however many it says it makes. Again, both of the kits that I just showed, the gnomes and this kit, come with the 3D foam pads and the envelopes. There's no cutting required or any extra tools other than glue or tape. And again, your photo instructions, there's videos, there's written instructions. It kind of hits everybody's cup of tea of how they like to learn. And then the peelables, the highlight of the night, I feel like. I know, they are amazing.
Absolutely.
So we had I can't find them now, but we had the birthday. Oh, here's one. So we had the birthday selection. Again, it has 72 verses. That is a lot. So you'll definitely be getting your money's worth for that. And then the other one was, yes, 2 of each design. And then the year of peelables comes with really everything you'd need. Again, like it says, for the full year. You've got Valentine's Day, Easter, Christmas, holidays, birthdays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, get well soon, sympathy, friendship, and celebration, just because, like, you got everything covered in one pack.
Those really are fantastic.
And then this one says over 70, so I think it makes 72. Oh.
No worries. So we have reached that time, Emily. Thank you so much for being here. And honestly, these are some of the coolest. I already picked up some of the peelables, and I'm going to keep the gnome kit. It's fantastic. But really, thank you so much for being here. We love having you on the show, and we're so glad you could make it tonight and feel better.
Well, thank you, DeWitt. And I had a lot of fun crafting with you, and hopefully we'll get to do it again sometime.
Absolutely. Have a great one, Emily.
You too. Bye.
Well, Crafting Cuties, this has been a fantastic show. I've attempted to fill larger shoes than my own, but it's been a lot of fun. Real quick, I just want to kind of go high level through the first couple kits. So we can go back to the Anna Griffin graphics and then to my overhead deke. So we showed off the Gratitude Kit. And the Gratitude Kit is $39.95, 3 flex play of $13.32. You get all kinds of things, but I really want to highlight, because I didn't call it out sufficiently. There's not just gratitude, there's birthday, there's thankful, Oh, let's get more of them in here. All these kits coming together. And if you want the library kit, which is 4 of the kits all together, that is $159.95, $39.99. You get birthday, encouragement, gratitude, and friendship. All these kits mix and match seamlessly. And honestly, I'm going to use some pieces from these kits on my next gnome card. They're just fantastic. These bright, vibrant colors. They work with a lot of things. So definitely check all those out from Anna Griffin. And then obviously our 2 kits with Katie Sue. We had the gnome kit. Let's just run that graphic real quick. Get that item number one more time. Which is 83590. Nope. Well, that is a good one. So we're talking about how those cards stand up on their own. If you don't have something already, the Anna Griffin stand dies are fantastic. There we go. 1379647, 1995. 2 flex plays of $9.98. And then we also had the 3D Popout kit, which I loved. I'll be honest, I tried to make one of those cards. I messed it up horribly. That's why you didn't see me do it live. It's just a little more, not that much. I'll be honest, I think I was intimidated for no reason. We all get these kits with hundreds of pieces and lots of little pop-outs, and sometimes it can be overwhelming. All the kits we showed today are as simple as they can be. High quality crafts, easy, beginner to expert. We saw some things Emily did that were above my level, and they were fantastic. There's ways to take these, slap a card together in 5 minutes. There's also ways to take it a little higher. And on that note, let's review any business of the day, and then we'll bid you a fond adieu. It's National Scrapbooking Month, so there's deals in scrapbooking all month long. Just search scrapbooking on hsn.com and check that out. I got the joy during the craft event of messing with some of our scrapbooking kits, and we really do have some fantastic scrapbooking on the website. If that's your thing, please check it out. Do not miss out on these deals. Next week, we're back. We're going to be at 7 p.m. and Suzanne will be back here. So I'll be back in my position. Suzanne will be back in hers. And we'll be at a different time, though, at 7 p.m. And I just want to go and put this out there. June 11th, we're having a big crafting event, an 8-hour crafting stream. It's going to be fantastic. I really love these big events. We've done one back in February. Lots of fun, exclusive deals, some deep crafting. So look for that. That's in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's a period of time from now. It's in 3 weeks. On that note, because my brain has obviously left the building before I did, thank you, Crafting Cuties, for joining us. I'm DeWitt Patterson, and on behalf of Suzanne Runyon and myself, we love you, Crafting Cuties. Good night.